Quit! Hi, my name's Bubba Thorton, and I'm here to tell you a crazy story again from the Bible. The Holy Bible. This book right here is stronger than anything you'll ever find in the world. Stronger than that man Delonte, who stole this Bible from me! Sorry. That man stole my Bible. I mean, I know he has it with him and he's reading it, maybe, but he stole it from me. So if you see him, you better tell him to give it back, or I'll stick my foot in his face. My boot, this is turtle skin. All right? Back to my story. So, I got a story about a man named Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar wasn't no ordinary man. He was a king. All right? Nebuchadnezzar he built this statue. It was like gold, and he wanted everybody to bow down to it. You know, everybody just, to this god and this statue. But then you had somebody on the contrary that did not want to do that, named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Now I know they're a little funky names and stuff, but bear with me. They don't have too smart of names like mine in here, Bubba. So bear with me on the names. All right, these three men were not for bowing down to no gold statue. They were going to bow down to that man upstairs called God. All right, so Nebuchadnezzar says, "Bring him to me." So they come up there and they tell him, "We ain't bowing down to nobody, all right, but God." And Nebuchadnezzar says, "All right." And he says, "Well, let's put them in the pit of fire." Okay, so they get their men. Nebuchadnezzar tells them to go get the men and go get the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and put them in this pit of fire. But before they put them in the fire, they heat that son of a gun up 7 times to the max, like you see the high on your stove. No, that's more like extra, extra, extra high. It ain't even, you can't buy that at Sears. All right, so they put that thing up all the way. All right, and so after burning it up 7 times up, they throw them in there. They tie them up with rope and everything you can think of. They glue them together. I don't know about that, but they tie them up and they throw them in there. And I tell you what happens is the darnest, craziest thing I ever heard of in my life. All right? They throw them in there, right? And the men that threw them in there get burned up and die. The men that threw them in there burn up and die. But guess what happened to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? They ain't no 3 stooges. They the 3 musketeers, more like it. They ain't nothing seats, no hairs. You know when you put a lighter up to your arm? Nothing. They didn't smell like smoke, nothing. They were fine. They smelled like Bath and Body Works. All right? But then I'll tell you what. After that turned the switch on Nebuchadnezzar's head to want to go and think differently about their God that they worship. So let me read you something what he said in here. He says, "Praise to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He sent his angel and rescued his servants who trusted in him. They violated the king's command and risked their lives rather than to serve and worship any God except their God. All right? Therefore, I issue a decree." I don't know what that means, but look it up. Decree that anyone of any people, nation, or language who says anything offensive against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego will be torn limb from limb, and his house will be made a garbage dump. For there is no other God who will be able to deliver them from this, like this, but the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Man, I tell you what, you can't find nothing finer in the land than a crazy story from the Holy Bible. So what I suggest you do is you pick this thing up, wipe the dust off, and read it. My name is Bubba Thorton, and I approve this message.